Good day, everyone. This is Mary Ann Makapayad. Together with my groupmates, we will discuss about the international trade policies. So, what is international trade policies? So, the international trade policies is mao na siya ang mga policies that support and para pud ma-ensure ang healthy competition sa mga businesses between countries pinaagi sa mga agreements. So, kanina policies including commercial policy, free trade, green box policy, and etc. First is commercial policy. So, commercial policy is also known as trade policy. So, dani na policy is kung giunsa pag-manage and pag-control sa government ang international trade using the rules, regulations, and the agreements. So, the government is nag-aim sila to protect the local industries, to boost exports and manage imports. Next are the types of trade liberalization. So, there are four types. First one is unilateral, meaning one country only nag-decide to lower trade barriers on its own. So, for example, Switzerland's 2024 industrial tariff removal. So, giwala sa Switzerland ang industrial tariff in 2024 para mas easy na ang trading and para wala na kaayoy gasto. Next one is bilateral, meaning duha ka countries ang involved nga nag-agree to lower trade barriers between sa ilaha pinaagi sa free trade agreement. So, let's say for example, ang Korea ug ang US is naa sila free trade agreement. So, ilang giwala ang 95% sa tariffs between sa South Korea and US over 10 years. So, sa ilang agreement is 10 years nga mag-free trade sila. Third one is regional. Mao na siya ang mga group of countries in the same area or ang mga neighboring countries. Mao ni silang nag-work together to reduce trade barriers. Let's say for example, the ASEAN Free Trade Area is ilahang gi-reduce ang tariffs among the Southeast Asian nations or ang mga countries nga nabilong ana na area. So, lastly, the multilateral, meaning many countries around the world is nag-make og agreements to lower trade barriers for everyone. So, balik ta sa unilateral. So, when we say unilateral, there is only one country. When we say bilateral, two countries involved. When we say regional, group of country nga na sila sa the same area or mao ni siyang mga neighboring countries. And lastly, kung maingon tag multilateral is bisag kinsa or many countries pa around the world come together to make agreements para i-lower ang trade barriers. There are three economic integration. The first one is Free Trade Area or the FTA. So, ang Free Trade Area is isa siya ka-agreement which is nga ginatangtang nila ang mga tariff and quotas sa mga products nga i-import within sa country nga niapilda na nga agreement. Second one is Customs Union. So, gawas nga gitangtang nila ang mga trade barrier which is ang tariffs o mga quotas is ang kaniang mga country nga nag-apil dadtong agreement is kung mag-angkat sila og mga products sa kaniang lain na nga country which is ang dili na apil sa ilang agreement is pare-pareho ra ang ilahang bayran nga mga taxes. Lastly is the economic union or deep integration. So, dani is kaniang gi-combine ang tanan elements sa FTA or Free Trade Area and custom unions. So, bot pasabot is kaniang nagkahiusa ang mga countries para mas free ang movement sa ilang labor and di kapital. And nagtinabanga sila. There are common trade barriers. First one is tariffs. So, mao na siya ang mga taxes sa mga imported products or mga goods nga gipang import. Next is ad valorem. Percentage of the product's value. For example, ang imong car nga gi-import is nag-worth og 100,000. So, the 10% is mao na siya imuhang bayaran which is the 10,000. Next is specific. So, mao na siya ang mga fixed na fee per unit. Next is subsidies. So, mao na siya ang kaniang mga cash assistance nga gi-provide sa government to support the local producers para matabangan sila to lower ang ilahang cost and also para mas daghan pa ang ilahang ma-produce na mga products or goods. Next is quotas. So, limited lang ang quantity of goods nga pwede nila ma-import sa ilahang country. Next is embargoes. Let's say nga kanang specific na country is dili na siya maka-import and export, more likely nga na-ban na siya na country. Usually mga political issues ang reasons nga nung inana. Lastly is voluntary export restraints. So, ang exporter is galimit na sila if ila lang ka-item ang ilang i-export within that country. Next are the objectives of commercial policy. So, the main objectives of the commercial policy are to protect trade with other nations. So, meaning is para makabuild og good trade relationships with other countries and para pod mas ma-increase ang economic opportunities. So, next is to protect domestic market prevailing in the country. So, para pod maprotektahan ang mga local industries from foreign competition. Next is to increase the export of particular product which will help in expanding domestic market. So meaning to increase the export sa mga domestic product and also para pod mas ma-increase pa ang ilang revenue. Fourth one is to prevent the imports of particular goods for giving protection to infant industries or developing K industry or saving foreign exchange and etc. So, gina-restrict ang pag-import para mas maprotektahan ang mga new industries and para pod makasave sila sa mga foreign exchange rate. Next one is to encourage the imports of capital goods for speeding up the economic development of the country. So, gina-encourage ang pag-import sa mga capital goods para mas ma-boost ang ilahang economic development. So, next one is to restrict the imports of goods which create unfavorable balance of payments. So, gina-restrict nila ang mga imported goods which is gonna-create og mga unfavorable balance of payments kanang mga kontraktor. Next is to assist or prevent the export or import of goods and services for achieving the desired rate exchange. So, to prevent the export and import sa mga goods and services is need pa nila na ma-achieve ang exchange rate. Last one is to enter into trade agreements with foreign nations for stabilizing the foreign trade. So, by entering trade agreements is mas ma-strengthen pa ang foreign trade. Next are the advantages of trade protectionist policies. So, the first one is national defense theory. So, kanina theory nagsuggest nga ang mga certain nga industries like mga nagproduce og weapons or energy is importante siya sa security sa country. So, by protecting those industries is gina-ensure nga if naay conflict mahitabo is dili na sila mag-rely pa sa other country. Second one is infant industry theory. So, this theory is nag-ingon nga ang mga new industries or mga bago pa lang nga industries is need pa nila protektahan from the foreign competition until nga mahimo na silang strong enough nga makakompete sila globally. So, kanina protection is temporarily lang siya. Last one is anti-dumping theory. So, this theory prevents dumping. So, it helps to cut exploiting consumers or ang pag-abuse sa ilang mga consumers. Next are the disadvantages of trade restrictions. First one is higher consumer cost. So, when we say imported goods is mas mahal jud siya and need sa mga consumer or customer nga magbayad og mas mahal or mas dako. Second one is increased cost for domestic suppliers. Means, mas lisod maka-access og mga affordable raw materials ang mga domestic businesses or companies sa lain country. So, it results nga mas taas ang ilang production cost and mas ubos or mas gamay ang ilahang profit na makuha. Third one is less competition. So, when we say less ang competition, meaning mas fewer ang product choices and then lower ang quality and less ang innovation. It is because wala man sila'y kakumpit. And then, mas short-term ang job nga makuha sa mga tao. And then, lastly, walay market growth nga mahitabo. And lastly, the escalations. So by restrictions, mo ni siyang hinungdan nga nanadayoy mga trade wars nga maoy hinungdan nga makaharm sa international trade and relationships between the countries.
Rule of Trade Agreement, facilitating trade. The primary goal of trade agreement is to reduce the trade barriers or mga babag sa negosyo. Like, pagtangtang sa tariff or taxes na gi-import, quota or limitation sa product na gi-import. Adoption of economic changes. In Rule of Trade Agreement, gi-allow nila nga ang regular meetings para masabutan sa each countries kung na changes sa economy, like sa pagtaas sa presyo o paghinay sa economy. Safety and standard. Ginamake sure nila nga safety o misunod sa standards ang ilang napalit nga product sa laing country o moagi sa US FDA inspection. Security concerns, di make sure nga dili maapektuhan sa smuggling or cyber threats ang ilang pagpadala sa product. They required security measure such as cargo screening to keep supply chain safe without interrupting trade flows. Free trade. Free trade is an international policy where governments do not restrict imports or exports. The core idea is to let market forces determine the movement of goods, services, and capital across borders, maximizing efficiency and consumer choice. Features of free trade. Trading of goods without taxes. Trading in service or also walay taxes nga ginabayaran. At dili mohatag favor sa local producers like government subsidies para mas magamay sa lain nasod nga negosyo. Business from one country can easily enter and compete in market of other countries without undue restrictions. And then walay company nga tugutan sa gobyerno nga magmanipulate sa market or magkontrol sa prices. For free trade assumes countries and companies compete fairly. Economic theories supporting free trade. Comparative advantage. If all nations is specialized in producing goods and services where they have the lowest opportunity cost by trading their specialized goods and mas mulambo ang tibuok nasod sa pag-produce sa mga klase-klase nga produkto. Tariff quota analysis. Trade barriers like tariff or taxes on imports and quotas or limits of imports are efficient because they distort markets or makababag and magpataas sa presyo sa consumer. And can reduce competition. Free trade is a way to remove these distortions. Debates on free trade and development. This section addresses whether developing nations should use tariff to protect their industries. So World Bank perspective, ginarecommend nila nga hatagan og 20% tariff or taxes ang mga developing countries like mga pobre nga mga country para mas mabalansi og makakumpit sila sa local product sa lain-lain nga countries. Hajong siyang kritik. Due to the huge productivity gap between developed and developing nations today, higher tariff may be justified. This gives domestic industries time to mature and become competitive. Counter arguments. Because of their arguments, developing countries can simply adopt advanced technologies from abroad instead of trying to invent themselves. The economies of tariff. A tariff is a tax on imported goods and that disrupts the market equilibrium and redistributes economic welfare. So, price effect. A tariff raises the domestic price of a good from the world price to new domestic price. Quantity effect. Domestic production increase from quantity supplied at point 1 to quantity supplied at point 2 because the higher price make it more profitable for local producers. Domestic consumption decreases from quantity consumed at point 1 to quantity consumed at point 2 because the good as the more expensive to consumer. Welfare effect, or who wins and who loses. Consumption surplus lose. Consumer lose because they have a higher price for fewer goods. Producer supplies gain. Domestic producer gain from higher prices and increased sales. Government revenue. The government gain tax income from the tariffs. Net societal loss. The total loss consumer is greater than the combined gains to producer and government. This difference is the deadweight loss represented by the pink triangles in an economic diagram, which represent the pure efficient and created by the tariff. Trade diversion. Trade diversion occurs when free trade agreement with high-cost producer under more efficient global suppliers due to tariff on non-free trade agreement partners. So, for example, si country A is a lower ang iyang price sa product but dili siya member sa free trade agreement. While si country B is a higher ang iyang price sa product but member siya sa free trade agreement. Si country C, same sila member sa free trade agreement ni country B. Instead nga dito siya palit sa mas cheaper of price which is si country E, mas kipili niya si country B bisag mahal but because of free trade agreement, wala na bayaran nga taxes si country C sa pag-import sa product. That is trade diversion.
So in this story, we have an early era. So the concept of multimedia free trade emerged in the 60th century through the Spanish theologian Francisco de Vitoria. So ang concept ko no is means ang idea ko no sa free trade system is nag-emerge siya or nabuo siya in 60th century tungod kay Francisco de Vitoria. Siya ang nag-advocate for the principles akin the freedom of commerce under jus gentium or the law of nations. Adam Smith and David Ricardo later formalized the modern free trade theory. So kani kuno si Adam Smith o si David Ricardo, sila kuno ang nag-formalize sa free trade theory. So theory means it is a idea or it is a concept, and then the trades drives economic prosperity. Ang pag-trade ko no is makamaayo ko no sa ekonomiya or sa nations. Smith cited that flourishing civilization like Egypt, Greece, Rome, Bignal, and China as evidence. So muna sila evidence nga kani nga nation is muna sila ang prosperity kay nga nation tungod sa trade. Pivotal example was the Netherlands. So the Netherlands karon tungod kuno sila mga trade, maka-flourish kuno siya sa Osaka or maka-prosper kuno siya sa Osaka country or nations, which drive after abandoning mercantilist policies post-Spanish rule, sparking centuries of debate between free trade and protectionism. And so protectionism is mo ni siya ang nagprotekta sa Osaka industry or nations para protektahan nila ang ilang local goods. Sama sa tariff are imposed to protect the local goods of sa Osaka nasod para maprotektahan natin ilang industries. So the the ideological clash between free trade and mercantilism, or related to policies like isolationism, became a central to economic discourse. So global adoption. Britain embraced free trade by the 1840s, including forcing China to open ports via Opium Wars. The Convent-Chevalier Treaty in 1960s spurred free trade agreements in Europe. Keynesian economics. John Maynard Keynes initially favored free trade but advocated for coordination domestic policies and international institutions to balance interests during their development. So, just like I said, this tariff, it is used to para ma-develop sa country, para ma-protektahan ang ilahag local industries or mga companies nila, local companies in certain nations. And so for the modern era, despite free trade advocacy, protectionism persists globally, with the development nation maintaining agricultural tariff and developed countries averaging 34% tariff on manufactured goods. Post-World War. United States. After the World War II, the US pushed lower tariff to promote free trade, partly to counter the Soviet Union during the Cold War. So kani silang Soviet Union, this is a two global powers that after World War sila ang nag-emerge as the victors, o sila ang pinakadako nga country after World War. So kaya sila man ang pinakadako, sila duha, they need to maintain anang adapita kung kinsa magina pinakagahi. So ang US nag-lower sila og tariff kay para makaapas sila sa Soviet Union, which is Russia karon, and it helped to create a general agreement on tariff and trade, GEET, in 1947, which later became the World Trade Organization, which is the WTO. In 1995, the US rejected the early proposal in International World Trade, ITO, in 1950s. Sugod sa 1970s, padulungay uson sa future, the US nag-focus na lang sila sa pag-manage trade agreements, deal with the specific rules like NAFTA in 1990s, eliminated tariff between US, Canada, and Mexico. So kabalo man ta nga ang US is nasa tunga at Canada nasa taas and Mexico is nasa ubos. So gi-eliminate niya ang tariff para ma-promote ang free trade sa usa ka na. So then it's happened in 1990s. And CAFTA DR in 2006, open trade with the Central America countries and the Dominican Republic. So kuan niya po na neighboring countries niya po na sa Amerika. Bilateral agreements with Jordan. And sa Europe is nag-form sila og 6 countries with a coal and steel community, which is the ACSC, and it is formed in 1951. So na-form na siya to manage the coal and steel resources. Ang goal aning organization is to makahimo sila og single market nga free movement of goods, services, people, and body. Og unsa pod is maka-establish sa customs union, no tariff, walay tariff between members, common tariff una sa other. So katong members sa 6 countries sa Europe, wala sila tariff. This means free trade ra kaigid kaayo. And for current situation, which is right now, WTO is most countries are WTO members, adhering rules and limit but do not eliminate the tariff and non-tariff barriers. Persistent challenges. So these are the challenges of WTO that are facing. These are the agricultural subsidies in developed nations, non-tariff barriers, and regular standards. So, regional trade initiatives. Trans-Pacific Partnership, which is the TPP, negotiated by the two Pacific Rim countries, later reformed as CPTPP after US withdrawal. Transatlantic Trade and Investment Partnership, TTIP, proposed EU-US granted to deepen economic ties. So kaning kuan TTIP is na develop siya or na himo siya kay para modipin ang ilang economic ties sa US. It was since 2016. So EU's global FTAs include this deal between Canada, CETA, Japan, JEFTA, and Mercosur. Degree of free trade, enabling trade policies, ETI measuring ease of cross-border trade through sub-indices. Number 1 is the market access, so tariff or non-tariff barriers. Number 2 is border administrations, which is the efficiency of customs procedures. Number 3 is transport and communications infrastructure, which is the quality of logistic networks. Number 4 is business environment, which are the regulations, transparency, and stability. And these are the top 20 countries and relative countries that involved in the free trade. So number 1 we have Singapore, number 2 Hong Kong, number 3 Netherlands, number 4 United Kingdom, number 5 Japan, number 6 Germany, number 7 South Korea, number 8 United States, number 9 France, number 10 is UAE or United Arab Emirates, number 11 Switzerland, number 12 Spain, number 13 is Luxembourg, number 14 is Finland, number 15 is Taiwan, number 16 is Denmark, number 17 is Sweden, number 18 is Belgium, number 19 Austria, and number 20 is Australia.
Next are the opposition. So, first one is economic arguments. So, ang economic arguments, it talks about nga ang trade daw is na siya yung mga negative impact sa atong economy. It is because kay gina-destroy niya ang mga bagong industry nga ga-develop pa lamang. So, it means nga if ipasulod nato sila diretso sa competition, is dili sila mo grow kay mas kusog naman ang other foreign industries laban sa mga bagong industry nga bag-o pa lang ga-develop or bag-o pa lang ga-start. Next is moral argument. So, it talks about nga ang free trade is mura na daw siya og bag-ong type sa pagpanakop, which is wala na nila ginapansin kung unsay epekto niya sa ato ang society and the politics. Just like for example sa atong human rights and environmental protection. Ang ilaha lang is matuman kung unsa ang ilahang gusto. Next are the impact on domestic industries. First one is reduced profits. So, tungod sa mga barato nga imported products is mas nibaba ang kita sa mga local businesses. It is because kay ang mga consumer is mas dito na sila magpalit sa mga imported na product which is mga barato. Second one is mobilization against tariff lifting. So, mas daghan ang mga local businesses nga motutol sa pagwala sa tariff kaysa mga consumer. It is because if walay tariff, mas barato ang mga imported products, mao nang wala na mopalit sa atong mga local na products. I mean, gamay na lang ang mopalit sa mga local products. Lastly, producer versus consumer gains. So, while nakinabang ang mga consumers sa mas barato na presyo, mas dako pod ang loss nga makuha sa mga producers, maong mas tutol sila nga walaon ang tariff. Next is socialist critique. So, exploitation of workers, meaning ang free trade is mao hinuoy nakahatag og mas daghan workers nga. So, ang free trade is mao hinuon siyang hinungdan or mao hinuon siya nakahatag og way nga mas daghan pa hinuon ang mga workers nga ang agka-exploit or agka-abuso. So, si Karl Marx nag-argue nga ang free trade is maoy ni puli noon sa pag-exploit sa atong religion and politics. But at the same time is favor siya daning free trade. It is because nagtuo siya nga mas mapadali ang pag-develop sa atoang economy. Anti-globalization perspective. First is economic freedom of the poor. So, ang free trade is wala siya nakatabang nga mas mo-increase pang economic freedom sa mga pobre. Instead, mas nisamot hinuon sila og kapobre. Next one is exploitation of labor. So, ang mga domestic free labor is gina-force sila to compete with the foreign labor that already exploited. So, maong mas nibaba pang ilang rights and sahod. Next is distinguishing between theory and application. First one is arguments against managed trade. So, ang uban is dilingon nga totol sila sa free trade. It is because laban sila mismo ana na concept. But, totol sila tungod kay dili sila sang-ayon sa pamaagi sa government kung giunsa nila ni pagpadagan. Second one is subsidized corn in Mexico. So, kanina argument is ang subsidized corn sa US is dili siya payagan nga i-export siya dito sa Mexico. It is because nag-violate siya sa free trade theory. So, ibutang tanga, ang farmer sa US is naka-receive og subsidy gikan sa ilang government para magtanom og mais. Tungod sa subsidy, mabaligya nila ang ilang mais sa mas barato kumpara sa mga farmer sa Mexico na walay nadawat nga subsidy. So, kung tugtan ang US na mag-export sa ilang subsidized corn dito sa Mexico, is pwede nga malugi ang mga local farmers sa Mexico kay dili sila makakompetensya sa mas ubos nga presyo sa mais gikan sa US. So, gitutulan ang subsidized corn sa US na mag-export sa Mexico tungod kay maoning hinungdan sa dili patas na competition sa market.
Good morning everyone, my name is Renyo M. Calostri. I've discussed my part topic. It's all about dumping or pricing policies. First is dumping. Dumping happens when a company sells a product in another country at a very cheap. Muna siya ang pagbaligya bitaw sa product in another country na barato ra kayo. Wala bitang barato ra ilang price compare sa ilang production cost. Next is WTO or World Trade Organization. World Trade Organization says that dumping is not illegal, but it is considered bad when it hurts the local businesses in the country that import the product. Next is controversy. Ang controversy is money ang nag-ingon nga dili patas ang dumping, especially sa mga mahirap na bansa. Kibali na abuso bitaw ang ilang ekonomiya tungod kay ginagamit ni nga strategy. This is the historical example for John D. Rockefeller. John D. Rockefeller is nagbaligya siya sa iyang oil nga barato ra para iyang mga kakumpetensya is ma-down. Then pag down sa iyang mga kakumpetensya kay wala naman kaayo magpalit ato nga business, ipataas din niyan iyang price para mataas iyang profit. Muna ang pasabot ni John D. Rockefeller. Next is anti-dumping action. First is legal basis. Legal basis is mo ni siya ang govern nga ibali nagpapatas bitaw sa mga negosyo or businesses. Kana bitaw para maprotektahan bitaw nila ang mga lokal na negosyo. Kana bitaw itna ay mga domestic product nga barato ra, ang government is ilang ipataas ang buwis sa ani nga business para patas ra bitaw ang price. Next is condition for action. There are 3 conditions for action. First is dumping must be proven. Dumping must be proven is mo ni siya ang akong giingon gaina nga gibaligya ang domestic product na barato ra compare sa ilang mga cost or expenses sa production ani nga product. Next is material injury. Material injury is mo ning if nag-import kag product nga barato ra, posible nga makapinsala ni sa mga local businesses like pagkalugi bitaw sa or wala ilang customer bitaw na. Then last is casual link. Casual link is same ra Japon sa akong giingon gaina nga same ra siya sa material injury. Mauning maapektuhan ang local businesses bitaw if naay mag-import na product nga barato ra. Next is WTO rules. Ang WTO or World Trade Organization is nag-create sila rules kung unsaon pag-solve aning dumping, especially sa mga bansa. Nagbuhat sila action ani para dili pabor bitaw sa uban nga nagamit ani nga strategy. Next is calculating dumping. Normal value, it is the way that you can find the normal value if how much the real prices. And there are three ways. First is domestic market prices. Ang domestic market prices is mauni kung unsa nga price ang gigamit sa nag-export ani nga product is mauna jud ni ang price nga atong gamiton. Second is third country price. Third country price, it is using the price of the product in another foreign country. For example, if the same shoes sells to $18 in another foreign country, that is another way to find its normal value. Last is contracted value. Ang constructed value is mauni kung unsay cost or expenses nimo ani nga product, then naa kay ginansya ani nga product if ibaligya. So mauna dayon ni ang normal prices nga imong gamiton. Next is 5% rule. The 5% rules means the exporter home's price can be used only if home sales are at least 5% of the amount sold to the importing country. For example, if a company export 1,000 pounds, it must sell at least 50 pounds at home for the home price to account. Next is exception. It is if home sales are too small or rare, like in very small markets such as Hong Kong, the home price cannot be used. Example, if the company sells only 5 pounds at home, that is too little. So the 15 rules doesn't apply. Procedure in investigation and litigation. And there are 4 steps. First is initiation. Local businesses complain to the government that cheap imported products are hurting them. For example, local shoemakers tell the government imported shoes are too cheap and hurting ourselves. So the government start an investigation. Second is investigation. The government check if the imported goods are sold cheaper than the normal price, and if this cheap price is hurting local industries. For example, the government compares the imported shoes price to the home country price and find it is much cheaper, and local shoe store are losing customer because of it. Third is thresholds. The case is stopped if dumping is too small or to import volume is very low. Example, if the imported shoes are only 2% cheaper or make up only 2% of total shoes imports, the government drops the investigation because the impact is too small. Fourth is measures. If dumping and harm are proven, the government adds extra taxes to the imported goods or to make price fair again. For example, the government adds a tax on cheap imported shoes so that local shoe makers can compete again, and this usually lasts for about 5 years. Next is action in the United States. In the United States, the Department of Commerce check if imported products are being sold unfairly cheap, and the International Trade Commission check if this cheap pricing is hurting U.S. businesses. For example, if cheap imported steel arrives, the Department of Commerce finds out if it's sold below fair value, and the ITC check if U.S. steel companies are losing money because of it. Countervailing duties are extra taxes used for foreign governments give subsidies to their exporter, which is different from anti-dumping duties. For example, if a foreign country gives money to its steel factory to make their steel cheaper, the US can add countervailing duty to balance the price.
European Union, managed by DG Trade, decision requires approval from the Anti-Dumping Advisory Committee. The duty usually lasts 5 years but can be extended through expiry. Kining sa action nga gibot sa European Union is ginamanage sa DG Trade. Ang pag-decision nila is gina-requires sila approval sa Anti-Dumping Committee, then also na sila yung mga bayron nga usually mo last siya up to 5 years but pwede hindi mo siya extend if expiry reviews na ka. Chinese economic situation. China is often considered to separate under state-sponsored capitalism because the EU does not use Chinese domestic prices normal value. Instead, it uses analog countries like the US to calculate fair value, which tends to increase dumping margins. And Chinese is gina-consider nila to operate under sa state-sponsored capitalism tungod kay because of this. Tungod ni is ang EU is wala nila ginagamit ang Chinese domestic price as a normal value. Instead, gamit sila analog countries para ng US to calculate fair values, which tends to increase dumping margin. Then critics says this is unfair because Chinese has lower labor cost. As Chinese becomes more market oriented, reviewing these rules because important for global trade. Agricultural support. Agricultural support refers to financial assistance or program that helps farmers. EU's Common Agricultural Policy or CAP originally granted income by buying surplus crops at fixed price and giving export subsidies. Agricultural support is isa ni siya ka financial assistance or program nga gatabang sa mga farmers din, and originally is grant sila og income by buying surplus crops at fixed price, then gahatag sila og export subsidies. But this sorted global market reforms at 1992 to 2003 and then shifted to direct payments not linked to production. Agriculture support focus on environmental protection, animal welfare, sustainable farming, and rural development. Muna siya ang gifocus sa agricultural support. Then the goal sa agricultural support is support farmers without distorting trade. Gataban sila sa mga farmers nga without distorting trades. Greenback policies allowed under WTO rules because they cause minimal or no trade distortion. Is kining green box policies is allowed ni siya under sa WTO rule nga kay ga-cause siya og minimal or no trade distortion. Then example niya dani is domestic support, research and development, environmental programs, disaster reliefs, corp insurance, security, food security, stockholding, direct income supports not tied to production levels. Then trade measures is export marketing promotion but no subsidies or food aid linked to production. Then ang purpose niya dani is to promote sustainable agriculture or food security, rural development without affecting fair trade. Ngunit ito na ang purpose nga na sustainable agricultural then food security tas nasa siya rural development nga without affecting the fear of the global trade. Yun siya ang greenback policies.